Well, guess what day it is? Today is the day we're going to start on our outdoor seed starting area. It's a 5-part series. Today we're going to get started on that series. I can't wait to show you what we got. Here's the plans. We'll be right back.
This video is a build titled Seed Planting Table, Outdoor Seed Starting Area, number 1 of 5.
Well, welcome back, friends. Here's the little plan I was talking about, that we have a general arrangement of the area that I have reserved out there in the garden complex. This area is about 650 square feet. It's about 25 foot by 26 foot rectangle, and I've got it ribboned off out there. We'll go out there and take a look at it in a minute and show you what it looks like. But in this area, it's right next to the container garden, which is, just north of here. It's actually connected to it, so it makes it convenient so that when I work on the seed starting and I get them off the hardening table and they're ready to transplant, it's real simple to transplant them into our growing containers and take them right over, over to the container garden, get them on the grow tables. So let me show you a little bit about how the little system's going to work. The first thing I did is I got a hose bib put in place here a couple of weeks ago, so I've got that done. I still need to put in a hose rack right here. I do need one 50-foot hose. That 50-foot hose will reach all the areas that I need to reach inside this area. So one 50-foot hose will serve the whole complex here. The first thing I'm going to build is a planting table, and I want to put a planting table right here that has a storage area below it. That way I can store up all my little 10-20 trays and my starting cups and that kind of stuff. You always have a whole bunch of that stuff you need to do something with. So that's how I plan to do that, is on a little shelf that's semi-contained underneath. And we'll talk about that in a little while, about exactly how the details are of that. But that's going to be our first build, and actually we'll start on that one today on this video. The next part is the harden table itself. That's going to be our second build that we do. The next part will be the storage box. That'll be our third part. And the fourth part will be the outdoor seed starting racks themselves. And the fifth part of this series will be actually a tour of the whole thing when we get done and have it totally operational. But let me show you how it works. We'll start the seeds. We'll get them planted in their little cups, and we'll put them right over here into the grow rack. And once they come out of the grow rack, they can come over to the hardening table, and I can harden them off over here in the hardening table. And once they're hardened off, then I'll bring them back over here and transplant them into the larger permanent containers if they're container grown plants. And then I'll take them to the container garden and get them on the grow tables. If they're not going to be container grown, they're going to go into the earth garden, then we take the little starter cups and we take them from the hardening table straight out to the earth garden, or the trellises, or the raised beds, whatever they're going to be done, wherever they're going to be growing. But that's how the little system works. It goes from the planting table to the outdoor seed starting rack to the hardening table, and then to its final location. This storage box that I'm putting over here is where I keep my little miscellaneous hand tools, my seed starting soil, little small fertilizers like the bone meal and the blood meal, all that kind of loose stuff that I need to store, that I need to keep pretty dry out of the weather. So this box has a lid on top of it that pretty much keeps it pretty much weatherproof. That way it's something that's conveniently located to this area that I can just go over here and get what I need and put it back when I'm done. That way I'm not running all over the property trying to collect tools to do the job. So anyway, this is how it's going to work. We'll go into more detail of each one of these builds as we go through them on this series. And I thought what we do right now is just take a look at the area And I did want to point out one more thing here. See how this is north right here? That's how I've oriented this whole area here. The seed starting racks are facing north, so when I load the racks, this south sun that comes in here, I have a roll-up shade cloth here that I can control and throttle the amount of sunshine that they're getting. This area here is facing the sun, so when I put them on the harden table, they get that good morning sun. And I put the planting table over here because it's not sun dependent, so I don't need to worry about where it's at or the storage box. But these two needed to be facing the south sun, so that's how come I have them oriented the way I do. And we can take a ride we'll jump on the Kubota and take a ride out there and look at this little area. And when we get back, we'll come back over here to the shop and we'll talk about this planting table and how it looks, and we'll get to work on that today, and we'll build this one together. So let's take a ride and go look at the area. Well, this is the area I was talking about, 650 square feet reserved for the seed starting area. I ribboned it off with the orange tape because I'm going to be putting in the deer fence right along this west edge right here. Then I'm going to hang out and come right across the front here and then go off and capture the entire garden and a deer fence. So I didn't want to get my seed starting area too close to the proposed fence line because I need area in there to maintain the fence line. So it's critical that I map this out to where I don't crowd it up. But this is the area right here in this spot right here. That's where the seed starting planting table is going to go. The planting table's right here, 10 foot long. I got the water source already in place over here that we talked about earlier. It's ready to go. I got that in a couple of weeks ago. I still need to put in the hose rack so I can put in a 50-foot hose, and that 50-foot hose will serve everything in this area here. So it's in a central location right over here. And this area right here is where we're going to put the hardening table, of course, to take care of the sun, the exposure of the sun, direction of the sun. So this is where the hardening table is going to go, in this area. Right over here is where the storage box is going to go, and that way it's conveniently located to everything. And over here are two seed starting racks. They're going to go right here, so I can start my seeds here on the planting table, walk right over here and put them in the rack, walk right out of the rack over to the hardened table, and then eventually back from the hardened table back to the planting table to transplant them into permanent containers if they go to the container garden, or we'll take them from the hardened table out to the earth garden, the trellis garden, or the raised bed garden. So this is the nerve center of getting everything started and ready to plant. So we're getting ready to get going here. So let's head on back over yonder to the shop and let's get started on that planting table, get this show on the road. Let's roll. Okay, we back over to the shop. I got the my little build book out. I want to show you the planting table. This is what we're going to work on today together. This is pretty nice little table. I think it'll work great. You know, it goes, you know, it's right here in the planting table's right here in the seed starting area. So here's the table, and let's go over the details of how that little rascal's going to go together. This is a table that is about 10 feet. It's 9'7", so I'm just saying approximately 10 feet long, approximately 3 feet wide, and approximately 40 inches high. That's a good standing, comfortable standing position for me to work on, you know, what I need to work on when I'm planting my seeds. This table is going to have 4x4 legs. Everything on this table is pressure treated, of course, because it's in the weather all the time. So I'm going to have 4x4 legs, 2x4 frame construction, and when I get this table put together, the frame, then I want to come right through here, and I'm going to put a layer of hardware cloth on the bottom. That'll be my little storage area below, and then I'm going to, you know, put around the three sides. I'm going to put these 2x2s all the way around these three corners that kind of traps in whatever I put in here with slats. That way, whenever I put my containers and trays and stuff like that in here, windstorms don't blow them out all over the place. So that kind of helps protect them. It's not weatherproof, but I'm trying to get it to where it's kind of moderately windproof. That's my goal. And right here in the front, I'm going to put a 2x6 across the bottom, so you know, when I put this stuff in, it's got, you know, a 6 or 8 inch lip right there that keeps stuff from blowing out the front. I don't want to totally enclose it in and put gates and all that stuff on it. It makes it too hard to build and too much of a hassle. This is pretty simple. I can just reach in, set in the trays, and reach in and pull them out and put them up on the top when I need to work on them. That's how it's going to work, the storage part of it. And the top is just covered with 5/4 by 6 deck boards. They'll be running the long ways on here. So it's a nice, flat, smooth surface up here, easy to work on and convenient. So this is the build. Here's the list of material right here. If you want to build one of these for yourself, we'll put one of these, we'll upload this image onto our Facebook page, and you can check it out, you know, make a print of it and build it to suit whatever you want, you know, adjust the dimensions to suit the size that you want in your own yard. The one I had in Virginia was only about 3 foot by 3 foot. So you could see that this planting table is much larger than the one I had in Virginia. And the reason I want it so much longer and larger is because when I'm putting in and planting, I found myself planting many trays at one time, and I want to be able to plant and, you know, put the trays up here, and I have plenty of room. I can set my fertilizer or whatever I'm doing. I don't have everything all crowded, so I wanted it plenty of room to work on the table itself before I load them into the seed starting rack. So we'll get these pictures on the Facebook page. You can check them out if you want to, and we'll also put it on our community tab on our YouTube channel. So let me go get the parts cut out, and we'll start putting this thing together. I'm going to build the frame right here in the shop, and I'm going to leave the top deck boards off and some of the side rails off, try to keep the weight down because it's 10 foot long. It's pretty heavy to try to move it, and I have to move it. You saw how far it is out to the container garden, so I'm going to have to push it out there on the dolly. So I want to try to keep it light as possible to get it on out there in place, and then I'll finish building it in place out in the garden. So let's get this project started, because I'm looking forward to getting it done. Let's get started. Well, there you go. We got ourselves a brand new planting table for our outdoor seed starting area. Let's take a look around at the unit. It's got a nice deck on the top, 30 square feet of working surface on the top, using the 5/4 by 6 deck boards. Keeps it nice and flat and very easy to work with. I used the slats around the sides and on the front as a windbreaker to try to keep my 10-20 trays and my starting cups and those kind of things that I store in there from getting blown out so easily. And I put a 2x6 on the front so I can, you know, easily just insert the trays and reach in and pull them out without having to open doors and cabinet type storage. It makes it a lot easier to work with. Overall, I think the planting table is going to serve me for many years. I'm looking forward to getting started and getting us some vegetables growing out here. So this concludes part 1 of getting the planting table done, and the next thing we're going to build is the hardening table. We're going to put it right over here on part 2, so don't go away. Stay tuned for that for next week. That'll be coming out. So if you like our videos and you like watching us bring our homestead to life, please subscribe and be a part of our homestead family. So until me and Nancy and Bing Bing see you next time, always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching our videos. We love making them. If you like our videos, we ask you to partner with us in our mission by sharing our videos from YouTube and post from Facebook to all social medias. It really inspires and encourages us. Some great places to share is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please like if you like this video, subscribe, click the notification button so you never miss another video. Click below for products we used in the videos, and you could also partner with us without spending a penny. We welcome your encouraging comments, prayers, and questions. And thank you for watching and sharing our videos and posts. Have a blessed day.